Welcome to the session on SandStorm Analyzer. So, as the name suggests, this component is used for generating your results and later on doing some analysis. So, let's get started. So first, you need to open a result file for which you want to generate the results. So, just open the result file and then you get these various analyzer options. Now, from SandStorm, you can select different permutation combinations for generating your results. For example, you can capture or rather generate the response time before sending your request or after sending your request. Similarly, you can capture the time till the first byte of response was received or the last byte. Here you can specify the interval for generating your reports or graphs. And at the bottom, if you see, then you can specify the response time percentile. Well, a 90th percentile being the standard across the industry, it's provided by default, but you can always select it for any value than 90. If you look at the advanced options, then here you have an option of applying the correction on the results, which means that you can actually remove the time frame inserted here from your results. And this specifically comes into handy when you have a typical scenario where the users are ramping up, doing some execution for a steady state, and then ramping down. Then in such case, if you want the steady state report time, then you can just specify the start and end time here, and you can get the response for the steady state. You can select the various graphs using these different values, using the average, min, max, median, mode, etc. And you can also create a bottleneck report where you specify the upper limit and the lower limit of your response time, and the results would be generated accordingly. So let's see what all different type of reports do we have in SandStorm. So as soon as you click the OK button, you can see this dashboard would get generated. And this dashboard, it talks the overall scenario execution, what was the start time, end time, etc. And the total number of transactions along with the hits and response and other details. Now let's have a look at some of the important reports generated by the SandStorm Analyzer tool. So first, if we look at the transaction report, then transaction performance summary report is one important report where you have each transaction, their minimum, average, and maximum response time, along with the standard deviation and the 90th percentile time. And this report is the one which is very commonly used for reporting the performance numbers. Apart from this report, there are some other reports. For example, you have the overall scenario throughput report, which talks more in terms of the network bytes which are exchanged as a part of your scenario execution. You can talk about scenario execution report, which talks about the host and the virtual user from which the corresponding virtual user was executed. You can also go to a vUser report and you can generate details of your virtual users. And this will give all the details as on at what instance of time a particular virtual user was executing what transaction and what was the